denyo ho wada dain dain and go denyo ho wada dain dain. This is the Black Pot, aka Kuku Show, them where we speak truth to power. Now here we don't criticize, but if we must criticize, we'll just do it on one condition: to build and not to destroy. That is why we say we are in the service of God and country. It's all about the people. This is the voice of the people, and the people's voice is the voice of God. This is the Black Pot. My brother, my sister, nobody is bigger than the truth. This is the Black Pot on 92.7 in Living Stereo. Oh gosh, remember to share the broadcast. We are live on Facebook and also live on YouTube. Now today we have a number of issues to look at. Come along. Now this one is coming from Ghana Web, and it says, Manchia summons Chairman Wontumi for challenging Otumfuo's authority. And I read, now the Manchia Palace has reportedly issued a summons to the new Patriotic Party Ashanti Regional Chairman Bernard Enchibosiakon, aka Chairman Wontumi, for allegedly challenging the authority of the Asantehene Otumfuo Osei-Tutu II. Now, according to a report by onuaonline.com, Wontumi, during a sitting of the NPP Parliamentary Primaries Vetting Committee last week, challenged the authority of the Otumfuo Asantehene. Now, the report said the party chairman, without provocation, stated that he has established his own kingdom and will not hesitate to challenge the Asantehene if he disagrees on an issue with him. I have built my own kingdom. I have my own police and military, and I will speak my mind to Otumfuo if I disagree on an issue with him. Otumfuo. The report quoted Wontumi as saying, now the report noted the NPP regional organizer, Henry Nanabuachi, who Chairman Wontumi of the vetting committee during the incident. Well, that is not a good sentence, man. I'm trying to figure out what they are trying to say right there. This is from Ghana Web. It says the report noted that the NPP regional organizer, Henry Nanabuachi, who Chairman Wontumi, blah, 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 blah. Well, that sentence is incoherent, so we'll leave it there. Now, listen up, man. Now, it's about time Chairman Wontumi was brought to book. My brother, my sister, they say there is always that pride before that big fall. My brother, my sister, some people are behaving like that stubborn housefly that followed the corpse to the grave. And those people would certainly include Chairman Wontumi. Time and again, my brother, my sister, we've spoken about arrogance. In our society, people all of a sudden forget their journey from abject poverty all the way up the ladder of wealth. We start by looking down upon the poor that we were part of only a few moments ago. Now, if we continue behaving like this, my brother, my sister, our downfall will certainly be very near. Chairman Wontumi is a man almost every Ghanaian in the political space knows. He was the man who came on live TV displaying gold from his small-scale mining business. It came out that Chairman Wontumi was doing illegal mining, aka Galamsey, as it was told to us by the good old professor. My brother, my sister, a report was sent to the presidency, and the clearing agent of the president quickly said that Chairman Wontumi was not involved in Galamsey. We would have wished that the Environmental Protection Council or agency or authority, my brother, my sister, or even, my brother, my sister, the Ministry of Mines, and so on and so forth, and forestry, would have come out to talk to us like this, not the president. My brother, my sister, We were told that Chairman Wontumi was mining in a forest reserve. And if a forest is reserved and a man has the license to go in there and mine, I wonder what kind of forest reserve that is. We heard all these things. And when proof was given to the president, he sat back and dismissed it with the biggest contempt it never ever deserved. Now let us go to the issue. Listen, you cannot disrespect Asantehene. Even if Asantehene strips naked and runs around like David, my brother, my sister, respect the throne that he sits on. It's an ancient throne that has achieved a lot. Asantehene can never bring down Ashanti. That kingdom is far older than Asantehene and his great-grandfather. That kingdom, my brother, my sister, is so historically powerful. That kingdom is bigger than Asantehene. Great Asante kings sat on the throne long before Asantehene. Chum and Enchi sat on it, my brother, my sister. Great kings sat on it. Kings that the British were never able to defeat. Kings who were so wise and were able to control the whole of this country, today called Ghana, at a certain point with their power and energy. So if you disrespect the Asantehene, you are not only disrespecting one king, you are disrespecting all the kings that ever sat on the throne. And you are disrespecting that ancient kingdom, my brother, my sister. And I will not endorse that as a Pan-Africanist and a historian. How on earth should Chairman Wontumi open his mouth because of some dirty galamsey money that he has? Sit back and say that he has built his own kingdom. Leave it there. Maybe your kingdom is a small hen coop. That's okay. But when you compare that to the kingdom of the Ashanti, that you are supposed to be partly, in fact, proudly part of, you say you have built your own kingdom, and that you have your own police, you have your own military, and that Asantehene cannot order you around, and you will speak your mind to him and tell him anything you want. My brother, translated into English, it sounds mild, but he spoke in Twi. It's different from I will speak my mind. That is very, 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 very acceptable when you say it in English. There are some things when translated into English, they sound so mild. It does not mean I will speak my mind to you. No. It means that I will spew every kind of nonsense into your face and tell you anything that I want to. That's what it means. My brother, my sister, apart from Asantehene summoning the arrogant Chairman Wontumi, I call upon the president of the country. If he's truly the president and is in charge, you need to call this man to book. Let the courts charge him with perjury. My brother, we live in a nation, and if you are building a kingdom out of a nation, that is perjury. Now, if you have your own police, outside the police that we have of Ghana, the military outside the military that we have out of Ghana, that is perjury, isn't it? My brother, my sister, with all respect to the police, with all respect to the army, these are the people who are protecting us. No matter how bad or good they are still those who are taking care of us. If a man says he has his own police, he says he has his own soldier, he has built his own kingdom, I think that this is the time for Asantehene to crack the whip. The Asante kingdom is losing its verve and shine. All because of present day activities and inactivities, actions and inactions. There was a time you couldn't mention the name of Asantehene until your knees were on the ground. Nana Asantehene, your knees must be down. Why is it that we cannot speak directly to the Asantehene? We have to speak to him through a linguist. Today, people can sit back and say anything about the Asantehene. Now, if we do not protect this ancient culture, My brother, my sister, a time will come, people would walk over to the Asantehene, slap him, and walk out of the palace, and people would applaud. I don't want to see those days. Chairman Wontumi must be made a scapegoat. If he was a fra man, we would have said, okay, well, he belongs to another ethnic group. Maybe he's quite ignorant of the power of the Ashanti and what it means to say Asantehene. If he was a Dagati man, maybe we could have given the same excuse, and even with that, we'll still crack the whip. But you are an Asante man. You know what it means to say Otumfuo. You know what it means to say the Ashanti Kingdom. And if you join people who do not know the power of the Ashanti Kingdom, because we are in a republic, to look down on the Asantehene, I think that we have to call for the whip to be cracked on the head of Chairman Wontumi. I leave it here. Next thing I want to look at, and I need you to come along. This is quite interesting, man. And this is from 3news.com, the most authentic source of news online. And it says, Immigration Service could not provide the forged documents of Shalima Abuisi. And this is Nana Kwame Bediakon, a.k.a. Cheddar, speaking. And I roll it down. Watch this. Founder of the New Force Movement, Nana Kwame Bediakon, has said Ghana Immigration Service was unable to produce the supposed forged documents of the spokesperson Shalima Abuisi, who had been repatriated to her home country, Belgium. Now, the Ghana Immigration Service could not provide the forged documents of Shalima Abuisi. Nana Kwame Bediako said on TV3 today, Thursday, January 11. Now, the Ghana Immigration Service revoked her residence permit and initiated processes to have her repatriated, and she was repatriated. I'll leave it here. Now, my brother, my sister, we have spoken about this issue over and over. But to suffice it now and to top up the garnishing, hear this. Now, the New Force Movement, founded by Cheddar, a.k.a. Nana Kwame Bediako, is supposed to be a Pan-Africanist outfit. True? This is a man who claims he's the savior of Ghana. He is the man, my brother, my sister, who thrives in Pan-Africanism. He says he believes in Africa. He says that he's a Pan-Africanist. My brother, my sister, I am happy to align with anybody who says he's a Pan-Africanist. But of course, by their fruits, they shall be known. Now, this is a Pan-Africanist movement. And the face of that Pan-Africanist movement is a white woman from Belgium. What kind of Pan-Africanist movement is that? I want to understand. The face of this Pan-Africanist movement is a white woman. And when the immigration people came down on this person, they wanted to find out exactly what it was. First, they told us, okay, well, she forged some documents and came into the country. She said she was going to attend university here, one Christian university, and then she did not go to the Christian university, and the Christian university actually came out to prove that she actually applied to come to the university, and the papers were forged. That was what the Christian university said. Does the immigration service need to provide those papers after the university first and foremost spoke to the news people and told the news people that yes, this lady here applied to come to university here? And looking at the documents, now at hindsight, we have come to see that some of the documents are forged. Immigration, it doesn't behove the immigration to provide those papers. My brother, my sister, for security reasons, these papers could be kept away. I am not a security expert, but once the university proved and said that those documents were actually forged, Why do you have to draw immigration into it? Again, my brother, my sister, I am really, really ashamed. Sometimes when our authorities behave as if they had some ulterior motive. Sometimes our laws are not respected. Sometimes we behave so draconian. And I do understand if people like Cheddar will come out and ask the authorities to behave responsibly. My brother, my sister, the matter went to court. We were told that documents were not provided in court. And when the court said no evidence, you can go. Then we had the immigration come in and say, okay, it's over with the court. Now it's with us. We are sending you home. Why are we sending you home? Because we have revoked your residence. My brother, is this the first time we are hearing about the revocation of documents, or is it because she's white? I had a visa and I went all the way to Holland. When I was going to enter Holland several years ago, they asked me to go back to Ghana. What was the reason? According to them, they did not believe that I was coming to Holland as a tourist. After I got the visa and proved myself in their office right there in Ghana that I was going there for tourism purposes, for 2 weeks I was supposed to return on radio. Several years back, they sent me back. They refused me entry. And when I came, I went to the embassy straight away, Netherlands embassy. And I told them, your people humiliated me. They insulted me. They apologized. We worked around it. They gave me another visa several other times, and I was able to enter Holland over and over again. This is not the first time we are hearing about the revocation of people's residence permits and even visas. A friend of mine recently was going into France. He transited right there inside the Netherlands. My brother, my sister, he was returned. You know why? They asked him, do you have enough money to spend where you are going? He said, yes, we are going to France. He said, it doesn't matter. It's the Schengen. Do you have enough money? He said, of course. I am on holiday. I'm here for just 1 week. Prove to us that we have the money. You have the money. And he said, I proved to your embassy already in Ghana that I have enough money to spend. Why do I have to prove it here again? Is it that you don't trust your embassy? Anyway, I have my money on a card. Okay, let's go to the ATM so we would see whether you have that money or not. That is humiliation of the highest order. Your embassy already stamped that I had enough money to spend for the 1 week I was going to be there. Now I arrived there, and then you want to do a double check. And then you want to take me all the way to the ATM for me to prove to you that I have money on my ATM card. Immigration, have they done that in Ghana before to any white person? Any Chinese? Any Indian? My brother, let the immigration do their work. I am still asking, what kind of Pan-Africanist movement is this that has the face of a white woman as the face of that Pan-Africanist group? I'm yet to know. Or is it some fraud? Or are you teasing Pan-Africanism? No wonder people were brought all the way. PLO Lumumba, Dr. Arikana Chihombori Kwao, and Peter Obi, without being told that it was a pseudo-political agenda that was being fueled. Oh, what a shame. They hide behind Pan-Africanism to do their dirty politics. To God be the glory. Now the final thing I would like to look at today in the black pot before I call it a day is this thing I'm reading from the graphic online, the National Communicator, and it says TB Joshua's Emmanuel TV to cease broadcast on DStv amid BBC documentary controversy. And I read, Emmanuel TV, the religious television network established by the late prophet Temitope Babatunde Joshua, the founder of the Synagogue Church of All Nations, SCOAN, is set to discontinue its broadcast on multi-choices, DStv, GoTV, and other pay TV services starting January 17, 2024. A notification on DStv informed viewers stating, "Dear viewer, please note that Emmanuel TV will exit on the 17th of January 2024. Thank you for watching." Now, reports suggest that Emmanuel TV will also cease broadcasting on StarSat, and various other pay TV platforms. Now, since the passing of TB Joshua in June 2021, the network faced challenges in creating new content and relied heavily on rebroadcasting old material. After the demise of TB Joshua, Pastor Evelyn Joshua, the late founder's wife, took over the leadership of SCOAN. Now, the decision to exit multi-choice platforms coincides with the release of a controversial three-part documentary by the British Broadcasting Corporation, BBC. The documentary alleges atrocities and sexual crimes committed by the late TB Joshua towards his disciples. Now, the BBC investigation involved interviews with at least 30 alleged former members and workers of SCOAN, revealing a covert lifestyle of rape, abuse, deception, and staged healings by the late preacher. Now, the documentary disclosed that the church was aware of the accusations and never addressed them, allowing more than 20 years to pass without addressing the sexual offenses. A segment of the documentary also exposed how SCOAN concealed the truth from its members regarding the 2014 collapse of one of the church's guest houses. Now, the video showed the building with what appeared to be an aircraft flying over it and was repeatedly presented to members on Emmanuel TV. I'll leave it here. My brother, my sister, I will not be convinced if anybody tells me that the miracles that TB Joshua, in fact, performed were all fake miracles. I wouldn't believe that. My brother, he traveled to Japan. He went all the way to Asia, Europe, and even the Americas. My brother, my sister, are you telling me that the tens of thousands of people who were seen falling down and vomiting blood all had been paid to do a certain cantata? Are you telling me that even family members who we knew, who went to the SCOAN and were allegedly healed of cancers and some dangerous diseases, untreatable ones, my brother, my sister, and they came home and they are still alive, healthy? Are you telling me that they're all fake? How about those who just touched the TV and then they got healed? How do you explain that? I will not believe that. Well, I had a personal encounter with TB Joshua. I slept with him in the same room for 8 solid days, under the same roof. And we were always going to the prayer mountain and praying. It was in the days when I was, in fact, going through spiritual upliftment. And he invited me over. Some of you saw the photographs and even the videos when they came out. But of course, he was just a man. He was not an angel with wings, neither was he God. I remember when the prophet of Islam, Prophet Muhammad, peace be upon him, died. Umar bin Khattab came out and said, "Let any dog come out and say that the prophet of Islam, Muhammad, has died. I will cut off his head. Muhammad can never die." My brother, my sister, it was at that point he was reminded of a verse in the Quran. It was at the time that it was revealed that those who believed in Muhammad and saw Muhammad as God, well, today Muhammad is truly dead. But those who believe in Allah and saw Allah as the main nucleus of their lives, Allah is still alive. My brother, my sister, it is normal for a TV station to start cutting down budgets after the main leader dies. The miracle maker was TB Joshua. 99% of all the people who went to the church went for miracles. Now the miracle maker is gone. Miracle has reduced to about 10% right there in the school. So naturally, it will lose members. It will lose traffic. And at the same time, it will lose content. Because 99.9% of all the content was provided by TB Joshua. The enthusiasm with which TB Joshua documented his life and the activities of the church, I wonder if there's any human being on earth who was that enthusiasm. My brother, my sister, from when he was in abject poverty until when he was super wealthy, he documented every single bit of his activities. In fact, it was all planned. So when you start losing content, what do? Do you still put them on DStv and the rest when you don't even have enough content? Let's be wise. This is not any big statement, but the truth is that TB Joshua was not God. TB Joshua was only used. And I am tempted to believe that some of these allegations against him are true. Though he's not here to defend himself, I can say that a man is a man. A woman is a woman. Many great men have fallen, all because of beautiful women who modeled in front of them. Even David fell. Even Solomon fell. And much more, including the great Samson. TB Joshua was only a man. To God be the glory. My name is Black Rasta. I appreciate it. I love it.